This contraption I've been working on is a 1937 Sessions West Minstrel Chimes mantle clock. I bought this for my mom at an antique store like 12 years ago, and it stopped working. I've completely cleaned it and oiled it, and the problem is it's an electric motor that runs at high speed continuously. Obviously something that's not intended to last for 100 years. This is Sessions' modern conversion as of when they were in business. And I have extra motors coming. This is actually what the original motor looked like. It pretty much looks like the identical motor that runs the West Minstrel Chimes. This motor coil stays hot continuously, and the mechanism jams the armature and holds the motor stopped until the chimes ring. It sounds kind of scary, but being that it's only a magnetic field motor, I don't think it's that harmful. It's lasted this long. This motor has the gearing self-contained, but is so badly worn out that you can wobble the shafts back and forth. I'm hoping maybe I can have this rebuilt by a clocksmith. What Sessions provided when they were in business was this conversion deal with a modern motor. I should say modern, post-war motor. It involves installing this gear, which also involves drilling a hole in the front of the movement as straight as possible. I got it pretty straight. It seems to run fine, but it's a retrofit. I also had to drill the bolt holes to bolt the motor on. And I'm working on the cabinet, which is downstairs in the wood shop. They want $200 for this motor if you can find one. So instead, I bought a donor clock. By the looks of it, its original motor caught on fire. That's why my clock has a 1 amp fuse to protect it. If the motor starts to go bad, it'll blow the fuse. This one doesn't have the West Minstrel Chimes. It only has the Bing Bong setup. The movement does work, but thanks to the U.S. Post Office and their delicate handling of it, it suffered a little bit of damage to the cabinet. Thank you for breaking the glass. I was hoping to, if nothing else, put a battery movement in this and give it to somebody as a gift, because they are nice looking. That's your escapement for your chimes. This one was a Model D. And this one I'm assuming is a 1933, because it says 33-6. I'm going to keep that also as an extra coil for the other clock. Like I said again, that motor stays energized forever. This one, even the label is in perfect condition. And this one is from 1937, 4 of 37. Like I said, I'm just refinishing the cabinet a little bit because it was starting to get checkered. And to kind of demonstrate how the chimes work, there's no chimes for them to strike, but you can see the hammers. And it uses these escapements. As I advance the time, it will play a portion of the Westminster chimes. Now, the way it counts the hours is there's these teeth on these gears. I'll try turning this on and see if no, it doesn't help. Okay. That you can see. And it ratchets, it drops, hits this cam, which restricts how far it drops according to the position of the clock. And then it simply counts its way back. That tells it how many times to bong. It should bong twice because it's coming up on 2 o'clock. So it will play the Westminster chimes, and then the very back one is the bong hammer. 1, 2. I finally got it to strike the proper hours. That's what was giving me some trouble. I had it ringing 14 at 12 o'clock. So quarter after, it will play the first 4 notes. Half past, it will play 8. Three quarters does a 16. And at 3 o'clock it'll play the full Westminster chimes, and the very back hammer will lift 3 times, ringing 3 o'clock. One, 2, 3. It seems to be working good. So when I'm done with the cabinet, I'll reassemble this and put it back in active service. And anything with coils that's this old, I always like to add fusible protection. 20 amp circuit breaker is not going to protect this if these motors go bad. And the clock I got the parts out of looks like it had a fire. So this concludes showing this clock 1937 sessions with Westminster chimes.